Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, is referred to as TLC's villain. However, Kody's tendency to immediately impact people's moods was not something that the Special Forces Season 4 candidates were particularly aware of. Rihanna Chicken Fry LaPaglia previously disclosed that she and Kody had a falling out during the show's production. She went on to say that viewers of the show will quickly grasp her meaning. However, it was also disclosed that he and Gia Judas had a falling out during Season 4 filming. Gia has said some nice things about him, but Chicken Free is pursuing him to make sure everyone knows why she despises him so much. Everyone seems to be discussing Kody. Does this put him in a strong position to win this season? To learn more, continue reading. Sister Wives actor Kody Brown disclosed that he used to act as though he had breathing problems on the show prior to its release. He clarified in an interview with US Weekly that he would pretend to wheeze in order to relieve pressure from the instructors. He believed that this approach would enable him to complete the jobs more efficiently. But he didn't gain any brownie points for his efforts. Throughout the tasks, the teachers continued to press him. He also talked about how, during a battle, his muscles failed him. Everyone had to swing across monkey bars, he continued, but he was unable to do so since his hands were too sandy to hold. No matter what, Kody insisted, he still gave it his all. Kody Brown from Sister Wives appears to be the newest trending subject. Everyone is discussing him. Revi Patel was recently invited to Gia Judas's podcast, where the cast members talked about Sister Wives actress Kody Brown. Kody maintained his speed throughout the season, and Revi acknowledged that he was pleased. He claimed that he was flying by professional athletes. He went on to compliment him, stating that Kody was the show's most fascinating character. According to both cast members, Brown was the most contentious competitor in Season 4. The two also mentioned that his personal life may be the cause of some of his characteristics. However, it appears that Brianna despises Kody completely. She discussed Kody's lack of regard for women in a recent episode of her podcast, Planvery. She went on to say that she felt sorry for Kody when she first met him. Brianna remarked, "You know you feel bad for old people." She would never want to see his face again, Chicken Free added. She came to the conclusion that his treatment of women is appalling. She seemed to be upset with him for making fun of her line of work. Viewers might remember how Brianna's statement that she is a full-time podcaster made Kody giggle. Almost every Special Forces recruit seems to be discussing Kody Brown. Some of his co-stars don't like him, while others have some insightful things to say about him. In any event, he has captured everyone's interest. It's possible that this attention is hinting at his appearance at the conclusion. He might be among the competitors with the best chance of winning the show. Will it be Kody who lifts the prize during Season 4? We'll find out in time. In the interim, fans were shocked to learn that Kody Brown, the father of Sister Wives, will be joining the cast of Special Forces, World's Toughest Test. The man who was most recognized for his emotional outbursts, theatrical polygamy, and notorious family splits was abruptly substituting hard military-style challenges, cold water, and 80-pound packs for family therapy sessions. It sounded like whiplash from reality TV. However, something startling has emerged as the tournament progressed. Kody Brown is genuinely making an impression. The 56-year-old's unexpected physical stamina and mental toughness are drawing attention from both competitors and spectators. Kody might be the unexpected favorite to win the entire season despite all the odds. It would be a surprising redemption tale. Even the show's directing crew were dubious when Kody initially arrived at the Special Forces facility in Jordan, wearing his trademark long, blonde hair tied back and a steely expression of resolve. Fans had witnessed this man's emotional decline on Sister Wives over the previous few years, as he had argued with his ex-wives, lost his once large family, and publicly collapsed under the weight of his decisions. However, Kody caught everyone off guard when the instructors yelled their first orders. He sank to the ground and pushed through every push-up, mountain climb, and freezing plunge without complaining or showing off. Producers were reportedly told by a fellow recruit, "I didn't expect him to be so serious." Kody arrived prepared to make a statement. He isn't the same Sister Wives character who must be correct all the time. He's more reserved, concentrated, and, to be honest, a bit of a beast. Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, isn't for the weak of heart, as everyone knows. Even the most resilient sportsmen and celebrities are put to the test by the demanding physical activities and harsh circumstances that contestants must endure. However, it appears like Kody Brown has discovered a side of himself that is both disciplined and stubborn. Strangely, these traits that once caused problems in his marriages are now contributing to his success. In a particularly challenging episode, competitors had to keep calm while submerging themselves in a river that was almost freezing for a predetermined amount of time. As Kody entered the water, his face turned pale, but he didn't flinch. One of the teachers yelled, "Brown," as he came out, panting and shaking. "You took me by surprise. You're more resilient than you appear." The other competitors applauded, and admirers at home showered social media with compliments. "I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kody Brown is kind of killing it on Special Forces," one viewer wrote on Twitter. "Who is this man?" "Perhaps all those years of running 4 wives prepared him for military drills," someone else said. "This is the story of his redemption." Despite its physical brutality, Special Forces places a strong emphasis on emotional fortitude, pushing competitors to face their worst regrets and anxieties. That portion of the show really got to Kody. He allegedly talked candidly about the breakdown of his multiple families in one tearful confession. In a silent moment caught on tape, Kody remarked, "I tried to be a leader to my wives for years. However, I ultimately caused everyone to drift apart. I'm responsible for that." This admission came as a surprise to followers accustomed to watching Kody shift the blame or react defensively towards sister wives. For many spectators, it was the first time he had spoken with humility instead of authority. One night at a debrief, Kody broke down, according to a production insider. He claimed that this show was his opportunity to rediscover himself as a man, not as a leader, spouse, or father. According to reports, he gained newfound respect from his co-stars for that moment, and several of them gave him hugs afterwards. Unexpectedly, Kody's innate leadership abilities have aided him in the group challenges rather than harmed him. Despite being accused of being overbearing at home, he has learned when to step up and when to back off on Special Forces. A stretcher carrying a sandbag victim was the heaviest portion of the burden, and Kody offered to carry it during a high-altitude mountain rescue practice. He was having trouble breathing in the thin alpine air, but he was not going to give up. Another competitor tripped and nearly fell at one point. "We finished together," Kody remarked, offering his hand right away. "No one is left behind." Fans commented the phrase was the most mature and selfless thing Kody's ever said, and it quickly went viral on the internet. "I came in with all these preconceptions about Kody Brown," one of his colleagues later admitted in a confessional. "However, my perception of him has changed as a result of seeing him challenge himself and support others. He is not who people believe him to be." Fans of Sister Wives aren't known for being forgiving to Kody, of course. For years he has been known as the flamboyant and occasionally conceited patriarch of the Brown family. As a result, many spectators were unsure of their reactions when Special Forces footage started to circulate. Was this shrewd TV editing or real growth? Debate erupted in Reddit threads and fan groups. After losing 3 of his 4 marriages, some people think Kody's performance is a sincere attempt at atonement and a chance to regain his dignity. Others believe it's a publicity stunt meant to improve his reputation following years of public censure. "I think Kody finally hit rock bottom and realized he needed to change," one user said. "I'm all at Special Forces if that's what it takes for him to humble himself." "He's doing this for attention," said one who wasn't persuaded. "New uniform? Same man." Everyone agrees on one thing though, whether or not they believe in Kody's transformation. He is living a much longer life than anyone had anticipated. Kody Brown's appearance on Special Forces has brought viewers together for a unique moment: intrigue. He's the unexpected wild card in a cast that includes actors, musicians, and professional athletes. Kody has had to put up with the directing staff's constant mental battle, sleepless nights, and grueling training in episode after episode. Unlike younger contestants who appeared to be in better shape, Kody has bitten his teeth and persevered. During the most recent episode, one teacher even gave him kudos, stating, "Brown has guts. He never criticizes or quarrels. He simply completes it." That is very different from the man who frequently argued with his family on Sister Wives about leadership and control. Here, devoid of authority and pride, Kody appears strangely free. An additional competitor said, "He's like a completely different person. We are all equals out here. No wives to quarrel with, no hierarchy." He's doing well, in my opinion, because nobody is looking on him for perfection for once. It appears that even Kody's ex-wives are observing from home. According to reports, Robyn Brown, who famously broke up with Kody in 2021, told friends in private that she was surprised but proud of his work. It's a good thing if he's finally finding discipline and humility, she'd allegedly stated. Time is of the essence. Sometimes the hardest battles lead to the most unexpected growth, said Janelle Brown, the group's most composed member, in a mysterious Instagram post near the start of the season. Her subtle allusion to Kody's path on the show was quickly picked up on by fans. Meri Brown, who has generally kept her distance from Kody, even admitted to his involvement. She stated plainly in an interview, "I hope it helps him grow. Everybody follows their own path." That was the closest thing to a group hug Kody has had in years for a family that is so separated. The most unexpected thing is how self-reflective Kody has become. "I came here to prove I could handle anything," he acknowledged in one of the show's ruthless psychological interviews. "However, I'm coming to the realization that I came here to learn how to listen, both to myself and to others." Fans have noticed that he is now more self-aware than ever before. Memes are now admired cautiously on social media instead of being ridiculed. He is even being referred to as the redemption king of the season by some. It was perfectly encapsulated in one widely shared post on X, previously Twitter. "I never imagined the day when Kody Brown would outlast athletes on Special Forces. Perhaps all this man needed was a uniform, a desert, and no Wi-Fi." Kody's name is now being mentioned as a strong candidate for the victory, halfway through the season. He is incredibly consistent, and one of the few who never cracked under pressure, according to leaks from said sources. He has passed all medical examinations, maintained good standing with the teachers, and displayed emotional depth that few anticipated. According to one source, he's not the strongest or fastest, but he's mentally tougher than almost everyone there. This show is won by it, and his secret weapon may be the mental fortitude, which he has developed over decades of handling a complex multiple family. Kody Brown has accomplished something that very few reality TV stars ever do. He has altered the public narrative, regardless of whether this is a true metamorphosis or a well-thought-out rebranding. Once derided as Sister Wives' domineering husband, he is now regarded as one of the most resilient and unexpectedly likable Special Forces competitors. Some viewers are referring to it as his redemption season, while others see it as the start of a whole new era. Kody has been trying to lead for 20 years.